What's up? So you may have seen in the previous video for Thursday's workout, this is the new official video making mask, maybe for the next few videos here. So we are doing something called a deck squat, like the deck of a ship, as part of the AMRAP on Thursday. It's meant to be a recovery workout, and the AMRAP can quickly turn into like a very challenging physical task, but really what we want to use it as is kind of like a mobility and like movement quality repetition today. So we want to find the right balance where you're challenged, but it doesn't become like a crushing movement. We're going to be doing 8 reps of them at a time in the workout. And as you can see behind me, we have a gymnastics pad. There are a variety of ways that you can scale this, but the basic idea is this. You're going to begin standing. You're going to squat down and roll onto your back and do something very similar to a hollow rock. And coming out of that hollow rock, so as your feet come back down, the goal is to stand back up out of a squat. So standing, roll down, come back up. The pads behind me help a ton if you haven't done these before and you're still trying to figure out your variation. And my suggestion to you would be, if it's new and you've never done these before, start on the, quote, easier side or maybe the more assisted side, and then progressively make it harder until you find like right where your challenging point is, and then use something around that point where it becomes challenging as the version that you do today. That way you don't end up with too many scuffs along the way and you find something that's appropriate. So I'm going to show you a few variations, give you some ideas, and then set you free. Okay, so if you have access to a gymnastics pad, the idea is simple. You're going to start with your feet back right up to the pad. I want you to squat down nice and controlled, and then you're going to rock, like I said, through a hollow rock, and then stand right back up. I alluded to it in the beginning, but we're looking for a quality here where it's very controlled and not too forced. So think about that, like how you roll back, how you roll forward. You want to kind of maintain the same tempo as you go through it. So, if that's easy for you, you consider making it a little bit harder by lowering the surface. So you're getting closer to the floor, but still looking for that same idea. So now maybe we've dropped down 4 or 5 inches. My feet still go to the back of the mat. I still squat down, rock, and come forward. And you can feel real quickly, okay, wow, that's getting a little bit more challenging. Again, squat down, rock, stand up. If it looks good, maybe we move the mat out of the way. Try the same thing on the floor. You're going to see with me here that my quality starts to change a little bit. I'm going to have to use a little bit more momentum and kind of force myself a little bit more into the position. But my challenge now is that if I know I can do it on the mat with pretty good quality, try to bring that same quality to the floor. So I'll have to review the video to see, but like I said, think about it. If you do want to video it and really get the most out of this, it's one of those things where it's hard to quantify the difference there, but if you have a good smooth transition back and forth, the movement is definitely more challenging in some way, and maybe more beneficial even. So think about quality of how you're doing the transitions. Like I said, find a variation that is challenging but appropriate for the volume that we're going to be doing, and enjoy it.